guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be reviewing and doing like a first impressions on the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation, along with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and the Butter Blush. So it's kind of like a Physicians Formula review today and a first impressions because I've never used the brand before. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so to start with, I'm just going to apply some of my primer water. This is the Barry M Flawless Hydro Fix Primer Water. Okay, so the foundation, I've never used it before, obviously it's a first impression. It says the Healthy Foundation SPF 20 Brightening Complex for all skin types, and that's all it says. And it's in the shade LC1. So this is the lighter shade that they did, but I think it might be dark. We shall have to see. So let's have a look. Oh, so it's a screw. I have no idea what this was going to be. Okay, so you like paint this onto your face, right? So I'm just going to paint it on. Okay, so I did have to go in quite a lot then to get more product. And it looks like it's oxidizing, so that's not good. So I am going to use my beauty blender to blend this out. Okay, so I'm going to need to go in with more product. That just isn't full coverage enough. The smell on this is repulsive. Okay, so immediate first impressions are very mixed. First of all, the smell is absolutely disgusting. I can't stick it. It's the worst smell of a foundation or any makeup product I've ever smelled. I thought that the Wet n Wild foundation stank. This is way worse. Like, I can smell it on my skin. It is vile, so it stinks. Second thing, I had to use so much product. I had to dip in so many times. I wish I'd counted how many times I had to dip in. I had to use a lot of product, and even then, it's light coverage. So the colour match is good. I think it does oxidize, definitely oxidized, but I think it's good. It's okay, we can work with it. It looks quite nice on the skin. It doesn't look patchy. I just don't know if I can get past the smell and how much I had to use. I don't know, we'll have to see. So I'm just going to go and apply some concealer and powder and stuff, and then I'll come back and do the bronzer and all that stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the bronzer. This has been around for a very long time. I've only recently got it though because I went to America. And this is in the shade Bronzer. And yeah, I'm going to apply it with my Real Techniques blush brush. The other thing is that it's very strong, like the smell. And I knew that it would be because it's like a tropical coconutty smell, which I hate. But hopefully that won't smell as bad as the foundation. So yeah, let's just apply some of this. Okay, so I really like that. From like a first impressions, that is really, really nice. I'm really impressed with that so far. Now the blush, and this is in the shade Vintage Rouge. So I am going to apply this with my Real Techniques multitask brush. And this looks like a super pale nudie mauve colour, pinky, which is right up my street. So let's have a go. Oh, that is so pretty as well. That's really, really nice. Okay, so now I'm actually going to use some of the bronzer as a eyeshadow. So I'm just going to apply some of that through the crease. And I'm going to use my Morphe R37. Okay, so that's really nice, and that's just giving me that subtle dimension to my eyes. I really like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts. Okay, so on the foundation, as first impression, it's very mixed. I think what will determine my liking of this is how it will perform throughout the day. So like a normal review video, I will check back in with you in 2 hours, 6 hours, and then 8 or 10 hours throughout the day, just to see how the foundation's looking, and also now for the bronzer and the blush. So I'll check back in and update you throughout the day. And if this performs really magnificently, then I'll like it, because at the minute I'm very undecided. It is light coverage, so it's not the best, but it does look pretty on the skin and the colour match is pretty good. So there are pros and cons, and it's kind of very even in the middle at the minute for me. So, you know, if it performs well, that will definitely determine whether I like it or not. So we'll have to see for this one throughout the day. But for the butter bronzer, I absolutely adore this on a first impression basis. This is like the perfect match for my skin colour. It's nice and pale, but it still look bronzy and like defined. So that looks really nice. And even though it does smell, I can get over that. But yeah, so far this is looking really good. And the same for the blush, really. This is like a beautiful colour. I love how it applied. This is a thumbs up as well so far, so I would like to see how this is performing throughout the day, because blushes do tend to disappear the quickest. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check back in 2 hours with you guys and let you know how it's looking. So see you then. Okay, so it's been 2 hours since I first applied the bronzer, foundation and blush. And to be honest with you, there's no difference. It has only been 2 hours, so there's no real change at all. I really like how it's looking on my face, all of the products actually. I know I kind of was unsure about the foundation, but I actually quite like it now. I like the look of it on my skin. It looks quite flawless actually on my skin. And I'm loving the look of the bronzers and the blush. So far it's looking really good, and like I said, there's no real change because it's only been 2 hours. So I'll check back in another 4 hours, which will be 6 hours since I first applied it all, and I will see how it's looking then. So see you then. Okay, so it's been 6 hours now since I first applied the foundation, and I'm really impressed because my skin is still looking pretty similar to when I last updated you. So the only difference is that I'm starting to lose a little bit of foundation here. No idea why, because I haven't been leaning on my face or anything, but it's looking good around my nose, it's looking good in my oily areas, so that's good. It's just a shame about the smell, because I can still smell this a bit throughout the day, so that's a bit annoying, and it's annoying how much I had to use, but I will play around with this foundation because it seems to be performing really well, so we'll see how it looks in another 2 or 3 hours, and I'm quite impressed actually. It is looking pretty good, so yeah, I'll check back in a few hours. See you then. Okay, so it's been 8 hours now approximately since I first applied all these products, and I'm in shock because it doesn't really look much different to when I first applied it. The only thing I'm noticing is that my skin is a lot more dewier, obviously because I have oily skin, but it hasn't wore away around my nose or my chin, which normally happens, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this foundation. And in terms of the bronzer and the blush, they still look amazing on the skin, so I'm really impressed with them as well. So yeah, it's been a success. So if you don't have these products, then I'd recommend them, because on my first impression and wear test, they've seemed to perform really well. So yeah, I'm really happy. So yeah. Okay, so that completes this video. This was my review of the foundation, the bronzer and the blush from Physicians Formula. So you saw like all my thoughts throughout the day, how it performed throughout the day. So I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already, so you can see all my other videos. And leave a comment down below if you've tried the foundation or the bronzer or the blush. Leave me a comment down below of what your thoughts are of them all. And yeah, thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!